Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have a book haul to share with you today, and I'm aware that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, so please feel free to skip this video if it isn't really your thing. But I have got all of these books in the charity shops. So there are some charity shops near me, a chain of them, that all raise money for Greenwich Maxie Hospice, and that is where my granddad spent the last few weeks of his life and one of my uncles a few years ago. So I do like to go in there. My parents get a lot from there and we donate everything to those particular charity shops. There are two that I've been into, and the first one, the paperback books were 50p each, no deal on them, just 50p each. And I picked up 6 when I was in there because the first ones that caught my eye were these, the Twisted Tales. So I know they're by different writers, these ones, they're from different sets. But you've got the Once Upon a Dream Twisted Tale, which obviously is about Cinderella, and then Poor Unfortunate Soul, which is obviously based on Ursula. I have not read any of these books, I have not got any of these books. My sister's got the Twisted Tales, she really likes them. And these look almost brand new, like there's no creasing on the spine at all. And they just look, they don't even look like they've been read. Look, the pages are just completely stuck together. So I don't actually think somebody's read these. And I picked them up, as I say, for 50p each. I'm going to have a little read of these. And then if I like these, I can get the other titles in the series. But for £1, what I tend to do is if I read a book and I don't enjoy it, I just give it back to the charity shop. So, worst case scenario, I've read a book and they've raised more money. It's not the end of the world. Then I picked up this one. I'm not going to read the blurbs to each of these. I'll just turn them over at some point so you can just pause it and have a little look. In fact, I don't think I did that for these ones. So I'll just quickly hold this one up here, which is the Once Upon a Dream. And as I say, feel free to pause the video if you want to read these. And then, yeah, The Island of Secrets. I've read Victoria Hislop, The Island. Really loved it. It's based on Spinalonga, which is just off of the island, just off of the coast of Crete, which is where the lepers used to be sent. And this one is also set in Crete, but this one here, it says if you loved Victoria Hislop's The Island, which I did, and I do love Santa Montefiore. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but I've got a couple of her books and I love them. So yeah, I'll give that a go for 50p. Saw this one, Saving Willowbrook. I love Katie Ford and authors like that. Like, I have really intense days at school sometimes, and when I come home I don't want a book that's going to challenge my brain. I want a book that I can immerse myself in, and I am a sucker for a little romance novel. I really am. I struggle during term time to read anything that's not light reading. During the holidays, like the 6 weeks holiday, I crash out a load of books and historical fiction, things like that, but generally I tend to go for the romance one. So this sounds really cute, trying to save a family farm and stuff, so just thought it sounded kind of sweet. This one here, Summer at the Cornish Caf, or Cafe I should say. I think I've read Philippa Ashley before, and as I say, Katie Ford is one of the people that have reviewed this, and I love reading her books. And I love Cornwall. I read a couple of books set in Cornwall last year, just before we went to Cornwall. And yeah, I like the sound of this. And then it says for fans of Lucy Diamond, and funnily enough, I just picked up a Lucy Diamond book here, which is The Year of Taking Chances. This is the only book that's got a bit of a stain on it. I think somebody's probably just spilled tea. And this one just kind of, I liked the cover, and then I quite liked that there's all these people that kind of bond over one night, and then, yeah, everything's thrown into disarray. It just sounded kind of good, and as I say, it was only 50p. And if I like this book here, it says One Night in Italy. I really am obsessed. I've been to Italy a couple of times. Sorry, I'm not even in frame. I've been to Italy a couple of times now, and I really love it there. And I love reading books based in Venice and places like that. So I'd be quite tempted to have a little look at that one if it's good. And then I went into another Greenwich Maxie Hospice charity shops. But these ones, they're not just 50p, they're 3 for £1. So I picked up another 6. So again, I'm going to whiz through them. So I picked up this one here, The Potter's House, again set in Greece. I love anything set in the Mediterranean, Italy, Greece, wherever. And this one here, somebody's moved out into Crete. Or actually it doesn't say Crete, it says just a tiny Greek island, so probably not Crete. But then somebody comes and kind of threatens everything that she holds dear. So I like the sound of that one. Oh, I'm going to knock all these books over. Chocolate Wishes. This looks like a bit of trash, if I'm honest. I quite love a little bit of trash. Life is Sweet for chocolate maker Chloe Lyon. So it's about her being able to make sweet treats containing a prediction for each customer. So a little bit psychic, I think, and whatnot. So yeah, just thought that sounded kind of cute. I like books set in the English countryside. I like a lot of books, I'll be honest. This one here gripped me. He's the love of her life. He's your husband. Or do love a juicy romance and scandals. What did I read last year? The Holiday, that was really good. There was another one that I read all about sort of scandals and things I really enjoyed. I can't think of the name of it at the minute. But yeah, 4 people, 2 marriages and 1 fateful night to decide their past, present and future. Love a blurb that's really short like that and just grips you. And then the final 3 I picked up, this one, my sister recommended this to me. She hasn't actually read it. She just said all she hears is really good things about this. Trust me, love me, just don't believe me. And there's the blurb for that one. So that one sounds kind of good. This one here, One Day in December. It's actually a Christmas novel, but that isn't really going to bother me. I like reading Marian Keyes, and again, she's reviewed this one. So you can kind of know the genre that it's going to be based on who's reviewed them. And then that is the blurb there. Bit of love at first sight. Who doesn't love a bit of love at first sight? And then final one, it's a huge book actually. It's this one here, Tell It to the Skies. And I was gripped a bit by the cover. It looks very similar to some of the books I've got already by a different author. So I wondered if it was the same publisher perhaps. But this one here is set in Venice. And I have been to Venice. I absolutely adore Venice. There is a set of books. The City of Masks is the first one. And it's the Stravaganza series. They're teen books. And I first read them as a teenager. And I'm obsessed with those books. Because the first one is set in Venice. And then each one subsequent after that was set in a different Italian city. And the description there is just amazing. And then when I went to Venice, it just did not disappoint. So yeah, pick that one up. I don't even care what it was about. I just loved the fact it was about Venice. So yeah, so I picked up 12 books for £5. And when you think, like this book, if I'd bought new, I would have paid £10 for that one just on its own. I love getting my books from the charity shop. And then what I do is, as I say, if I've read it and I think, yeah, it was all right, I would never read it again, I give it straight back to the charity shop and then they can get more money on it. And if I absolutely love it and know I'm going to keep coming back to it, they're the only ones I keep hold of. So yeah, so that's given me a few months worth of reading. Hope you enjoyed having a little sneaky peek at those. Sorry if it's not really your kind of thing, but yeah, just wanted to share. Take care everyone, I'll see you again soon. Bye.